Okay, so we actually made a couple of pit stops to fill up gas, to buy some snacks as you saw earlier, but right now we are down here. So this time it's to see a waterfall. It's called the Saskatchewan Falls. I'm not sure about the pronunciation again. The river is again Saskatchewan River or something, and then it's the falls here. It seemed quite nice in the photos, so we'll see. It's just right here. Okay, one last pit stop before we continue our trip today to Thunder Bay, or maybe beyond, I don't know. Just making sure everything is tight. Yep, everything seems okay. Nothing has come loose. Chains are still okay. All good. So yeah, just stopped here to get coffee from Tim Hortons. So right, we are all done. And let's continue our trip to Thunder Bay. Hey, good morning explorers. So last night I couldn't do a video because we came very late last night, so we came at about 11:30 p.m. So this is the place we are staying. We stayed actually last night, Howard Johnson by William. It's a nice place. I think it was about $120 Canadian. It was a nice day. We woke up early morning today. We woke up at about 6. It's about 6:30 a.m. right now. We are going to have breakfast. Breakfast is included, yes. I don't really care because I'm gluten free, but the one who's behind the camera can eat some breakfast right now. So our destination is going to be to Winnipeg today. So we're going to cross Ontario finally by car, maybe for the last time, I guess. So and there's a couple of places we want to visit today, so that's why we are trying to rush today in the morning. one. I'm not going to spoil the surprises, so let's go. It's been 2 days on the road and you can see how much bugs are there on the front of the car. I'm just cleaning up the lights, just the lights only, so that it's clear when you drive. It doesn't get any better, so it'll get just bad with time. So we just stopped at this, it's like a pit stop. This is where we are crossing time zones. We are going from Eastern Standard Time Zone. So this is where we were before. I mean, right now we're actually going to Mountain Standard Time, but right now we are crossing to Central Standard Time. So this is the line that we are crossing right now. So when you cross this line, the other side, so that's where Toronto is. So when you're crossing from this side to the other side, you're crossing from Central Standard Time to Eastern Standard Time. But right now we are doing the opposite. We are crossing from Eastern to Central, and then probably tomorrow we'll be crossing to Mountain Standard Time. So just minutes before we passed another point, it said from that point onwards to when you are traveling towards Edmonton, all water streams flow towards the north to the Arctic. So that's another nice point, I guess. I'm not sure if it's because of the altitude or anything. I did not do any research while driving, so that's for homework, I guess. There's more places to see on the way. Long drive ahead. Let's keep moving. So we stopped for ice cream because it's a hot day today. Actually the temperature was 30 degrees just earlier, but it shows 25 degrees right now. But anyway, anytime is a good time for an ice cream. And we also stopped to buy this rice. So this is the rice that I talked to you earlier, the instant rice. It's cooked. You just have to heat it up. We tried it earlier and it's really good. So I think it's really good for this kind of road trips because you don't have to cook, you don't have to buy anything, as long as you have some, like, I don't know, some vegetables and some meat and stuff. Yeah, you can use this rice and eat. So we're halfway through, I think, for the day. We have another 200 kilometers to go to cross to Manitoba province. So let's get going. Okay, so we are officially in Manitoba right now. I think there's a lot of construction going on at the border, so there was no proper signboard or anything. I think we officially left Ontario. Adios. So we've been driving for about an hour from the Manitoba border. The roads are just really straight, not like Ontario. So it was very easy to drive, and we actually just reached the first land stop for today. So that's actually the center of Canada. So that is exactly this place. Center of Canada in terms of the width, if I'm not wrong. So if you take from the east coast to the west coast, it is actually the center. So the second planned stop of our trip today is actually the Royal Canadian Mint in Winnipeg. So that's where they produce all the coins, and they have also produced, and they are still producing a lot of foreign coins as well. So right now we are inside. There are guided tours, but it's about like 4:30 now. So I don't think they have any guided tours right now, but they allow us to just walk around. But I don't think we can actually take any photos of the floor space where they produce any of those coins. But I think we should be able to just take a look. But yeah, it's I think for eyes only. So they have some coins that they produced earlier. So I recognize these. These are Singapore coins. So they are being produced here as well. Like wow. And they're like dish coins, I guess. Right, so we're gonna just take a look around, and it's a nice place. I mean, if you come early to Winnipeg, you can just take a look. Yeah, so we're gonna just probably stay in Winnipeg tonight, or we're gonna drive up a little bit towards Saskatchewan. We'll see how it goes. We're gonna just take a look around for now. So yeah. We are now actually going through kind of a dirt road. On the left side we can see, actually both now, on left and right side, we can see wheat, which I'm allergic to, but just to eat. So we're not really going to stay in Winnipeg tonight because we want to catch up with time, and we're going to drive for another at least 2.5 hours. The plan is to get to the town called Nipawa. So that's about like 2.5 hours from Winnipeg. So that will leave us about 11 or 10 hours from there to Edmonton. So we can actually travel within just 1.5 days. So at the end of this dirt road, I'm just gonna get down and check the trailer if it's okay, because like we came through like a really bumpy road. So I just want to make sure before we hit the highway again, everything is okay. All those connections are still in good shape. Let's get down and check the vitals, and we're gonna hit the highway to Nipawa. See ya. So as expected, this nut has come loose. So this is like the main link that's holding this entire trailer. So I have to tighten this. I have the tools anyway, so I'm gonna tighten it back, and everything else seems to be okay. This happens when you really go through like a really bumpy road, so it's always good to just double check all your connections every now and then. So Kavisha is trying to drive the car with the U-Haul trailer for the first time, so we'll see how she's gonna do that. I mean, it's not that difficult to drive, but it's very tricky to reverse though. There you go, she's reversing, that's okay. Yep, that's good enough. So I asked her to drive right over here. Nice. All right, not too bad. So she managed to bring the U-Haul trailer here. So this is the doorstep, so not too bad. There you go. Good enough for us to pack the bags. Good morning everyone. So we are ready for the day again. So this is where we stayed last night. So one thing is that yesterday evening when we left Winnipeg, I told you guys that we are going to Nipawa. However, we looked for like accommodation on the way, and then we found out that there are not many options. So instead of going to Nipawa, we were taking Highway 1 and then we were supposed to take Highway 16 after a while, but we took Highway 1 all the way and then came to Brandon. So what that means is that we'll be going through Regina, then Saskatchewan, and then to Edmonton. If we took Highway 16, we won't be going to Regina, but we are going to Regina now and then to Saskatchewan and then to Edmonton. So today's plan is to go to Saskatchewan and then maybe another hour from Saskatchewan. We found a place to stay tonight that's like an hour away from Saskatchewan. It's a bit odd for us. We don't really look for accommodation until we like kind of reach a place, but tomorrow I have to work, Kavisha has to work, so we are trying to get to that place. We booked a motel. And then they also agreed us to stay until like 4 p.m. tomorrow, so we have to pay a little extra, like to like a day use or something. Anyway, so this is the motel we stayed at last night. So that's called the Midway Motel. You can see it. It's a nice place, very cheap, $70 something plus tax. I think altogether it was $90 something. So right, it's already about 10 a.m. Here, so we have to start the day. So anyway, if I'm supposed to check for something else, if you guys know of pulling a trailer properly, let me know. This is my first time pulling a trailer, and then things have been okay so far. Right, all right, so let's get going. We crossed Manitoba and we're now in Saskatchewan. Actually, we crossed the border some time back. I honestly forgot to take a video. Since we crossed to Saskatchewan, the scenery has not changed much. It's still very flat. I think I can see lentil fields. I'm not too sure though. So since we're passing through Saskatchewan, I just looked up some interesting things about Saskatchewan. So apparently Saskatchewan supplies more than a third of the world's total exported durum wheat and is the world's top exporter of lentils and dry peas. So yeah, I mean it makes sense. We can see durum wheat, I believe. It's full of wheat everywhere. And we also canola fields, although it's not one of the biggest canola exporters or anything. And lentils. I don't know how to identify a lentil plant, but I believe the green ones that we see are lentil fields. So basically it's a flat land. I will stop and show you guys for sure if I see something interesting. Until then, let's drive. So we reached Regina finally. We have another 4 hours drive from Regina to North Battleford. We stopped at a McDonald's here for lunch, to have lunch. But of course we're not having McDonald's, we're having rice. So after driving for about, 4 hours, we came to this scenic lookout point. Okay, so we already passed Saskatoon. So now we are heading towards Edmonton, but today's stop is going to be at North Battleford. But on the way we saw this sign saying Scenic Lookout, so we had to stop because there was nothing really else to see. So yeah, actually it's pretty nice. So what you see over here is the North Saskatchewan River. The rest of the area is actually pretty flat. And I wish there's a train now. It would have been really nice, but there's no train. But there are so many flies. Anyway, so we're gonna continue with our next stop. Hello, it's not good morning, it's good evening. It's already, so we didn't start today morning because I had to work. Panchi had to work, so this is not our car, this is our car. So now we are doing our final stretch to Edmonton. We have about 5 hours left. So I don't know if I said this last night, we stayed in at Canadian Motel or Canadian Motor Inn. I don't know which is right, but Google Maps it says Canadian Motel. I can really highly recommend it because it's really good, it's really cheap, it has a good view. Of course we cannot see from the rooms, but it's about $70 something, 90-ish with tax, and we had to pay another $50 to stay until 4 p.m. so that's like their day rate, which is good because we had to work till 3 p.m. so now we're gonna hit the road again. We should be reaching Edmonton in about 4.5 hours, but we might stop in between. We have already pumped gas, but we have to buy some coffee and some snacks for the road. Alright, so far we have driven about 3,200 kilometers and it's been pretty good. If you want to know about our car, it's Blue Bee, by the way. Well, and it's very dirty right now with all the bugs, so definitely need to clean up. I just cleaned the windscreen because it was that dirty I couldn't even see anything. Right, so we're about to start our final stretch. Yay. Finally, we made it to Alberta. Yay! So this welcome to Alberta sign it's after about 5 minutes drive from the town called Lloydminster. So the border is actually crossing right through the town. Half of the town belongs to Alberta, half of the town belongs to Saskatchewan. So there's a nice like a divider and which says this is the border. The welcome sign is about 5 minutes after the town. If you want to take some photos or anything, so this is where the sign is. So now we are heading to Edmonton. Let's start the car and I think we have about 250 kilometers more to go, so let's hit the road. Hey guys, so we finally officially reached Edmonton last night. I couldn't actually finish up the video because we were staying at our cousin's place. It's actually much greener than we have seen before because we came to Edmonton twice before, in December and April, but both times there was snow and it was dry. But now there's trees and grass, and it's also greener compared to both Manitoba and Saskatchewan. So yeah, so I think this is the end of our 3,600 kilometers road trip from Toronto to Edmonton. Yeah, so if you are planning to do the road trip from Toronto to Edmonton or even to Calgary, what I have to say is actually if you take about 5 days, I don't think it's actually tiring. If you are taking maybe 6-7 days, I think you can even cover a lot more places than what we covered, because there were many places that we did not get down and explore. So yeah, so just don't be afraid, and you don't really need a lot of things because we had our camping stuff but we didn't camp or anything, so I don't think there's a necessity to do camping. So but it was fun, it was really good, and it was not tiring. So our car is a Subaru Forester Wilderness. It has a capacity of I think 3,000 pounds to tow, so that's why we used this trailer that you guys saw earlier. Yeah, if you have any towing tips, just comment down below, because this was my first time towing and it was successful, I guess. There were no big issues along the way. So yeah, I think we can just conclude the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So subscribe to our YouTube channel, and hit the like button, and we'll see you guys in another video exploring somewhere around Edmonton soon. Bye.